What if I told you that you could study in the United States without paying tuition? No massive student loans. No lifelong debt. Just access to education through programs most people don't even know exist. Every year, thousands of students are quietly studying in the U.S. almost for free. Not because universities suddenly became cheap, but because state governments decided that education is too important to leave behind. These opportunities are real, legal, and already changing lives. But here's the truth many people don't tell you. There is no U.S. state where education is completely free for everyone. What exists instead are tuition-free pathways, state-funded programs, promise grants, community colleges, and public universities that cover tuition fully if you qualify. And today, we're going deep, not surface level, not clickbait. This is a long, detailed breakdown of 10 U.S. states where you can study tuition-free, how these programs work, who qualifies, and what you must know before making plans. In the United States, college education became expensive over time due to reduced government funding, rising operational costs, and the growth of private institutions. Student loan debt crossed historic levels. Employers began complaining about a lack of skilled workers, and community colleges started losing enrollment. States realized something important. If education becomes inaccessible, the economy suffers. That's why many states introduced tuition-free college programs. Not as charity, but as strategy. Now let's clear something up early. When we say study for free, we mean tuition-free. It does not always include housing, feeding, books, or transportation. It also does not apply to everyone automatically. Most programs are for residents, low-income students, adult learners, or people studying high-demand skills. Some programs even include certain immigrant categories. Understanding this difference is what separates informed students from disappointed ones. Let's begin. New York was one of the first states to shock the world with a bold move. Through a state-funded initiative, eligible students can attend public universities without paying tuition. These schools include the State University of New York and the City University of New York systems, which together serve hundreds of thousands of students. The idea behind this program is simple. If the state invests in you, you give back by living and working there after graduation. Students from low and middle-income families benefit the most. Many first-generation students who thought college was impossible suddenly found themselves walking into lecture halls debt-free. California took a different approach. Instead of focusing mainly on universities, it made community colleges tuition-free for qualifying students. Community colleges in California offer associate degrees, certificates, and direct transfer pathways to major universities. This system has become one of the most powerful education ladders in the country. California's model is especially significant because it supports low-income students, first-generation learners, and in some cases, undocumented students. Many students begin at a community college with zero tuition, then transfer to a university with scholarships and grants covering much of the cost. Tennessee made a bold statement when it announced that community college should be free. The state launched a program that covers tuition for students attending community and technical colleges. The goal was to build a skilled workforce without burdening young people with debt. Students who qualify receive tuition coverage as long as they meet basic requirements like enrollment status and community service. This program became a model for other states and proved that free college programs could work at scale. Oregon followed with its own promise. The state decided that recent high school graduates and eligible students should not be blocked from higher education because of money. Tuition is covered, and students pay only minimal fees. The focus is on access, workforce readiness, and reducing inequality. Michigan shifted attention to adult learners. Many people over the age of 25 had postponed education due to work, family, or finances. The state responded by covering tuition for community college programs, especially for those seeking skills in high-demand fields. This decision brought thousands of adults back into classrooms and revitalized local economies. Arkansas focused its tuition-free programs on workforce development. Students who study in areas like healthcare, information technology, and skilled trades can attend approved programs without paying tuition. In return, graduates are encouraged to work in the state, filling critical labor shortages. Nevada introduced a Promise Scholarship that covers community college tuition for qualifying students. This program was designed to keep young people in the state, build local talent, and reduce the financial pressure that pushes students to abandon education. Hawaii created a tuition-free pathway to help residents survive one of the highest costs of living in the United States. By removing tuition barriers, the state helps locals gain education without forcing them to leave the islands in search of opportunity. New Jersey quietly expanded access to tuition-free community college for thousands of residents every year. Many students discover only after applying that their tuition is fully covered through state grants. Washington State built one of the most inclusive tuition-free systems in the country. Its programs cover a wide range of income levels and apply to multiple public institutions. For many students, tuition is no longer the obstacle. Awareness is. Now let's address the big question. Can international students benefit? Most of these programs are designed for residents. However, international students still find pathways through community colleges, institutional scholarships, and residency reclassification over time. Some begin by paying reduced costs at community colleges, then transition into tuition-free or heavily subsidized programs later. The key difference between students who succeed and those who don't is information. Not luck, not connections. Information. Free education in the United States exists, but it is hidden behind policies, paperwork, deadlines, and silence. The students who benefit are not special. They are informed, prepared, and intentional. If you're watching this, you're already ahead of millions who never learned these options exist.